Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Camera Life podcast. Stick around because tonight we're going to have a bit of an Easter debrief. We've also got a short-term special guest here to talk about an upcoming exhibition, and we're going to look at some of your images that you've been sending in to us over the course of the week. But before we get to any of that, I just want to remind everybody that this is the Camera Life podcast, random photography show, proudly brought to you by the team at Lucky Straps, which is also us. But we'll talk more about Lucky Straps a little later in the break. But for now, we are joined today by a special guest, short term, like I said, just popping in for a few minutes. It looks like he's coming from a very cold climate because he's got his puffer jack and his woolen beanie on. But of course, he's just in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne. Nathan Coote, welcome back.
G'day, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, Nathan.
Good.
What's up?
Good to see you.
Oh, it's pretty chilly in the garage.
Yeah. just for clarity for everyone, you weren't kicked out. That's your choice to be in the garage.
No,
So
yeah.
all is well. Good on the home front. But you've got a bit of an exhibition coming up that we want to hear about. But just before we go into that, if anyone's keen to learn more about Nathan and his amazing documentary style photography, head into the archives of the Camera Life podcast on YouTube. I think it was it was about 11 months ago. It was almost a year ago when you joined us for a chat to learn more about your craft. And yeah, it's amazing how time flies.
If you search Nathan Coote interview, it'll come up.
Yeah, it'll come up.
You'll find us.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what you've been cooking up.
So last year I was invited by Revolver Upstairs in Paran, a notorious club in Melbourne, to run a photographic exhibition alongside their art shows that they run regularly, which I don't think many people would know. And last year it was quite successful. I was invited back again this year. So I present Home for Dinner, which is a show with, I think I've got 18 or 19 photographers. And it's the photographer's interpretation of what home means to them. It could be a home itself, people, food, anything that relates to home. But there's no, like photography, there's no rules. Just
I like that.
Yeah,
We should really interesting thing. We should do it as a little temporary topic where people send images into the show. Just you take a little bit of inspiration for what you've curated, and viewers could send some images into this show with that theme. I love. It's a great idea for a theme because there's so many interpretations of it.
Yep. Very clever. So, Nathan, how did you go about finding your 18 or 19 photographers? How did you put the call out?
I went through a lot of people's works that I like, people I talk to regularly. And just went through a list. Last year, I think I had 10 to 12 photographers. I wanted it to be branched out a little bit more. I guess my last year's one was what's called Chaos in the CBD, and it was pigeonholed like straight to street photography, where this one is a lot more of a wider variety. So it was a lot easier to pick photographers who had were a bit of a wider variety of styles, but could also sort of narrow it back down to what home is.
Yeah, that's very cool. I think it's a lovely concept and kind of focus for the photographers, because often home is the last thing we think about photographing. We often are looking for something unusual, something different. But it's not very often that we stop and think, what's around us? What do we call home, and how do we define it? I think it's a great topic for that exact purpose.
Yeah, I've also requested from the photographers to add in a little paragraph of what the image does mean and what their connection is to home. I mean, yes, the photos, it's easy to, you can make up your own narrative of what is actually happening in the image, but I don't think you don't normally hear from the photographer their connection to it.
Yeah. That's really cool. And it's something that we try to emulate here when we go through, viewers' images, or even our own. We always like to make sure that people include a little story about it. What does it mean to them? What they're doing at the time? What was the experience like? I think it helps to add to the overall story that an image is telling, I think, without going into too much detail, obviously. But it just, that sort of artist's thoughts is really important, I think, to include. So it's at Revolver, which is just around the corner from me. It's next Friday, the 17th, from 5 till 9 p.m. All the images are framed, or are they projected?
No, so they'll be all framed and hung up. Some will be for sale. People have encouraged artists to bring in prints and zines, and they can also sell them as well behind the table. So there's also Colonel Tan's restaurant up there as well. It's a Thai restaurant. So come down.
Yeah, it sounds very cool. And for those of you that are going, choose to go along and check out the exhibition, don't be put off by the sticky floors. That's just part of Revolver. It's best not to know what's down there.
I learned the other day, I was there documenting the walls of Revolver, because there's some crazy artwork from across the years, like Banksy's and Shepard Fairey's and all those sort of big name international artists, to like localized ones. But I learned that they paint the floor every Monday.
What?
Yeah, paint it black.
That's crazy.
No.
Yep.
Wow,
that's insane.
I'm gonna have to go back through my scrapbooks and bits and pieces that I've got, because we played there once. I think we only ever did one gig there, but I can't. I'm like, when I try and cast my memory back, I get like snippets of what it looks like, but I can't picture the room properly anymore. It's been so long.
Couches everywhere.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal building. It's quite an imposing building, and the ground floor has a lot of co-work spaces. And actually, a friend of mine, Darren Middleton, he had one of his studios was at the back in like a soundproof room on the ground floor of Revolver, and he's an amazing photographer as well as a musician. And I went in there with him once to catch up, and there's some amazing spaces in there. Even just the courtyard out the back, and how there's like walkways and little glass offices, and like it's quite an eclectic mix of spaces, which is cool.
Yeah,
all right.
It's a cool building. Good fun.
It is. It is. Oh, look, we certainly wish you all the very best for it. I hope to come and pop by with my partner, Sash, on next Friday. It is just for anyone else that's watching along, 17th of April, 5 to 9 p.m. at Revolver Upstairs. That's on Chapel Street in Prahran. Google Revolver Upstairs, and you'll certainly find it very, very quickly, along with some disturbing photos, no doubt. Be careful what you Google. But look, all the very best for it, Nathan.
Thanks,
I think it's great, and I'll look forward to catching up with you on the night.
Awesome. Beautiful. Cool. Thank you very much.
Good luck.
All right, you stay warm.
Will do.
Stay warm out there. All right, be safe, mate. Thanks for dropping by.
Bye.
See ya. All right.
Very cool.
He's gone. Okay. I can't believe he's able to pull together that many photographers for one show.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's a big effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very cool.
It's a great idea, but because getting one image, printed and framed, whilst it's still an expense, it's very different to doing a solo exhibition and having to frame 30 or 40 prints.
Exactly. And arrange everything yourself. I guess Nathan's arranging everything for all the other photographers. But yeah, it's a much easier sort of step into or to do a quick exhibition if you're part of a group, rather than having to do it all on your lonesome. Yeah, it's very cool. I was just looking at my calendar. I was like, maybe I can get down there. I'm not sure. I'll see. If not, it'll be great to hear what you think. If you can get along. Yeah. Check it all out.
Yeah, cool. For sure.
What's been going on? How was your weekend?
Weekend's been very quiet. We've just been chilling a bit. Last week, it felt like everyone took turns in being sick. And so this weekend was just nice to just chill out and not worry about who was being sick. But yeah, I went out, I think Thursday night, Friday night, went and did some photos, which I'll show you guys later in the Your Images section towards the back of the show. But yeah, otherwise we've just been doing stuff around the house, slowly cleaning up and trying to finish off the few little odd jobs left over from our renovation. But I quickly learned that you can't do that from the couch. So I'm not happy about having to do, handy person work without sitting on the couch. I don't understand. Anyway.
Well,
what about you? What have you been up to?
We went up the river. My sister's family were up there, and my parents end up there as well. So it was a big family Easter, which was pretty fun.
Nice.
The nephews were running around like crazy and doing lots of wakeboarding and stuff behind the boat. The river's getting chilly, but we had a few sunny days, which was nice. Lit a fire. I cooked steaks on the fire. That was fun.
Ooh. How'd that go?
Mixed results, but a couple of the eye fillets were amongst the best steaks I've ever cooked, so that was good.
Great.
It's very dependent on the cut of meat, I found, and a thick eye fillet gives it enough time to get a good crust from the fire, and it just tastes completely different. So anyway, enjoyed that. What else? It was good. Played I channeled my inner Greg and played some Nintendo Switch with the nephews. We were playing. Elena and I and the two boys were playing 4-player Mario Kart on the
how was that?
on the TV. It was fun.
It's hectic.
It was fun. It was actually great because my nephew Vaughn, who's been on the show for a small amount of time, quite confident. He said, I've never lost Mario Kart. I always come first. Oof. And Elena was beating him every race. So
represent.
That's,
nice. Yep. Put him back in his place.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah,
very
otherwise
cool.
a good weekend. Not a lot of photography. I took the Q3 up there and took a couple of photos, but otherwise it kind of just, it sat in the back. Elena used her new OM system TG7. She was testing that out in the boat, taking photos of the kids with the zoom lens and then just cruising around. So
nice.
Yeah, she's getting used to remembering to take it with her wherever she goes, so it's ready to go. Yeah, but I'll be keen to look through those photos and see what they look like. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, should we say hello to the chat and see what the chat's been up to?
We should. There's a few in here. Lucinda was here first. Hey gang, hope the Easter Bunny visited. Kind of. Yeah. Sort of. Did the Easter Bunny? Nah, not you.
No. Although I thought because I texted you today, we're having a conversation. I said I've managed to stay away from all chocolate eggs.
Impressive.
But Sash reminded me after that last night when she came to bed, she had been given eggs by someone. I don't know where from. Oh, she was at an event. Anyway, and she fed me a chocolate Easter egg while I was half asleep. So, and I was trying to avoid it.
You're snoring with your mouth open. She's just popped one in there. And you're like,
yeah, kind of.
She tricked you.
Yeah, she did. Yep.
Damn. Ah, well, it's still pretty good, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So Elena's coming here. Oh, hang on, let me get through all the comments. Philip Johnson is here. It says, evening, happy Easter, and greetings, early birds. Rick Nelson, the time has changed. Rick Nelson says, good evening, everyone. The channel change? Are we on a different channel? Are we on the wrong channel?
Are we on Lucky
No.
Strap? We are. You doofus.
That's not good. How did this happen? Oh, and I can't change it.
Oh, no. Why don't you put up... Oh, no, that won't help.
I don't think this will work. I'll see if it works. Oh, dear. I'll upload it tomorrow. Gosh, the poor people. We'll see if that works. If we are now live on the Camera Life, let us know. We're sorry. No wonder our viewers are a bit lower than normal. Yes, we're on the Lucky Straps channel. I'll re-upload it tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Sorry, folks.
If you're just joining us, I had the wrong channel selected, and Rick Nelson alerted us to that fact now. So there we are. What else? John Pickett says, evening all, currently culling 7,900 motorbike photos and then have to edit the selected images. Oof, rough.
That's a big job.
That is a big job. Yep. You just got to go fast. Oh, dear. Anyway, good luck. It'll be interesting I want to hear at some point, how many did you end up selecting and have to edit?
Yeah.
Because based on that, that would be, for me, it would definitely be in the 300 range if it was culling really hard. But if it was for a lot of competitors, it would be in the 800 to 1,000 range if I was including lots of photos for each competitors. So, let me know. Okay, now it's happening. More people are coming into the chat. Okay, good. We've found we're live. What have we done? That's all right. We'll fix it.
Yeah, it's a public holiday. You only get
it's
half
a public
of what
holiday.
we're capable of.
That's right. You've missed. Yeah. Sorry, and sorry, Nathan. I'll upload this to the chat. I'll upload your intro to the channel tomorrow to boost it out there a bit better.
Yeah.
What have we done? Yeah. Oh no. Yes, Lucinda, you can be in both chats at once.
Why not?
What else? Elena says the TG7 has a slow zoom. That's what she's having trouble getting used to. It's got like a handy cam speed zoom. So you want to zoom that, and it's just like zzz, takes a long time to change focal lengths. So
yeah.
Mario Kart Night's the best. What else?
They are.
Paul's here. And Dennis is here. Couldn't find the video on the channel and felt sick. And here we are. Yeah, look, I understand. It was my problem. Cats and Alan Bogan's here. G'day.
Hey.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'll never make this mistake. 170 episodes. It's the first time I've put it on the wrong channel.
It's not bad. That's why I couldn't find the YouTube today. Remember how I texted you and said, hey, can you upload the YouTube? And you said, I've already done it. No, you hadn't. Well, not to the right place.
Well, I had, but not to the right place.
Yeah.
It was a mix-up. Gosh.
That's all right. We'll let you off this time.
Yeah, public holiday problems.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Yeah. Can't win them all.
No, you can't. All right. Well, look, should we make a start on the show proper?
We should. We should, get into the news?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Let's do it. That's that one.
Okay. So before we get into the news, there's not a lot of news. There's a couple of cheeky April Fool's Day posts that went out. We'll share those with you guys in a minute. But can we start with some of the social media posts, please?
Yeah, we'll save the we'll save the NASA stuff for later. Yeah, we'll do that. The Polaroid one?
Yeah, the Polaroid ad. This is crazy good.
All right, where are we? There we go. Loading. Do we need sound?
I don't know. Can't remember.
What's happening? Look at that.
Yeah, it's nice.
That is nice.
I just thought it was a really cool ad. Like it's weird and it's really minimal and it's a bit sci-fi, isn't it?
It is a bit.
It's a cool ad.
I like it changing colors at the end. It is a cool ad. Would you buy a Polaroid flip?
Yeah, I probably would one day.
Just because of the sort of the shape and the quirky look and
the white one looks really nice, doesn't it? That one.
Yeah.
I like the white, orange, and black better than the all black. It does, Rick Nelson says, feels like an Apple ad. That's what I thought when I first saw it.
Is it because there's an apple in it?
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one.
Okay.
I found this one for you. Large format dog photography.
Ooh. I'm keen to see it. That's a regular dog.
Yeah, it's not a large format dog.
It's not a large format dog.
Camera, you noodle.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
They'd be powerful lights too, wouldn't they?
They look like it.
That's very cool. What a well-behaved dog as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, there's the magic. How cool is that?
That's awesome.
Isn't that beautiful? Look at the detail.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah.
The magic of photography.
I thought you'd love that.
I really do.
Next up, another quick bite. Just a little clip I found of someone comparing a 35 millimeter film to IMAX film, which I think is 70 something, isn't it? 70
Is it?
on the vertical, 70 mils.
I don't know.
Might be wrong. We need Alex Kern. She'll know. Look at the difference.
Oh, is it really that much bigger?
Yeah, it's huge. When they bring them in on these into like projector rooms. They bring them in on a pallet with a forklift because they're so massive and so heavy, especially for like feature length films.
I've never seen that comparison before.
Isn't that crazy?
That difference, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Bruce says, IMAX is 70.
Wow.
So yeah. And the cost, it shows the cost. I can't see it from here. But I think it's 3,000 a minute.
Yeah,
for
3,000.
IMAX film.
Yep. Dennis says, yeah, boy, Interstellar. Go find behind the scenes of Nolan shooting with the camera. It's huge. Yeah, I'm going to look that up tomorrow.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought that'd be interesting.
Yeah, wow.
And while we're on the theme of film, the very final social post that I found this morning, which I thought was fun and worth sharing for you intrepid travelers, it's a car trunk, or as we call it, a boot, film lab.
Look at
this
that.
Guy's, he's converted like a sealed travel case.
Yeah.
And he's got like a power bank in the back. Yep.
Looks like he's shouldn't say this on YouTube. Looks like a bomb or something. Looks concerning, you know?
Yeah, if you got pulled over, you'd have to be pretty careful.
You're like, no, I'm just developing film, officer.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me, years ago, I went for a sleep test and I had to go into a clinic to get fitted with this. It's like a vest that has like a little computer thing that sits on the chest and then there's electrodes everywhere. And they said, show up in your jammies and bring like a beanie or something so we can cover the ones on your head. And then as I was leaving, the doctor called out and said, hey, this is advice we give to every patient that leaves here. Should you get pulled over, explain to the police very carefully why you're wired up, because it looks like a bomb vest.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But how
That's
crazy
funny.
is that?
Yeah. I've had one of those tests, but it wasn't as vesty. It was more like electrodes everywhere. Like there was no vest, I don't think. I don't know how it was different. No vest. And it was actually in home. They just came here and did it.
Oh, well, sorry. We're not fancy like you.
No, it wasn't fancy at all. It was almost the other way. It was a little bit, they were just like, no, we'll just come to your place. And then she just rocked up and stuck some things on my head and stuff. And then
tucked you in and said goodnight.
Tucked me. Yeah. She's like, nighty night. And then,
be back in the morning.
I just drop it back the next day and then they figure out and they're like, yeah, no, you're not good at sleeping. And that was that. Rick Nelson says they could develop while driving home from the shoot. It is clever. It's a good way to speed up your workflow.
Yeah.
Get it developed on the way back.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
It makes me think of like Alex Frayne, who he does all of his just with a dark bag in his hotel room when he's like when he was in America traveling for to capture all that content for his exhibition. He was just doing it in the hotel sink.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. Cool. Like even just traveling with film seems like such an effort, let alone traveling with dev chemicals and stuff and your film and doing it all on the road. That's it seems like a lot of work.
Yeah. Dedication, Justin. Dedication.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Should we look at some April Fool's news articles?
Yes. I'm keen for this first one because I can't even hang on. Tell me about it. I'll bring it up. I say this every show. I know I say it every show, but these ads, just have a look at this website.
I know.
Like it is getting out of control. It's not even a website anymore.
It looks legit. I'm sure it was for a moment.
Tell us about it. What is it?
Well, it's a full frame.
Oh, full frame smartphone.
Full frame E-mount smartphone.
Yep.
The specs have gone because I've taken the site down.
Oh yeah, they have. They've taken the specs off.
Yeah, they have. Anyway, Bit of fun.
Funny. Yeah, that's a good gag.
Yeah.
Did you see, the one that got me for a second was OG Fop. Did you see that?
Fop? No.
Yeah, OG Fop. You didn't see it?
No, what's OG Fop?
Where is it? Where is it? I don't even remember where it was put. Yeah, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Brandon Waits, coming in 2027, OG Fop, the Ocean Grove Festival of Photography. 12 months from today, save the date.
Do you know, I saw that and thought, oh, that's interesting. I wonder how that will go. And then just scrolled past it. Didn't think for a second that it was April Fool's.
Yeah, I was like, cool logo.
Yeah.
Cool logo. And then I was like, 12 months from today, I'll have to have a look and see. I wonder what it'll be like. This is really interesting. And then like 9 seconds later, I was like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Well. Yeah.
It's pretty
cheeky
cool.
Brendan. It was a good one. It was a good one.
Just one more. The Sarui is the Sarui April Fool's gag. They went to the next level. They are offering for April 1st only a 0mm f/0.95 autofocus full frame anamorphic lens.
Oh, that's
capture
right.
it. Yeah, capture everything.
Anamorphic. It had to be anamorphic too.
Yeah,
just it was the style at the time.
Yeah,
yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, there's some good gags. It's a good time of the year.
Yeah, a bit of fun. A lot of dark news flooding our socials and web spaces at the moment. So it's kind of fun to see some of this stuff.
Good to lighten up everything. I guess the thing is, though, as a business, you certainly don't want to release any new products on April Fool's Day because everyone's just going to be like, oh yeah, nice one. Good gag.
Yeah,
you're like, no, seriously, it's a new lens. It's really cool.
Yeah, no, it's real.
It's actually real.
There was a couple of others on Petapixel, collated a few of them.
Oh, yeah.
And some of them looked impressive. Mika, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Meike, offered a Amazing Air series on the 1st of April. And their lenses that are like crystal, you can see through them. Like the whole lens, I mean, not just through the optics. You can look through the barrel. Yeah, they did that one. Viltrox did a weird cine camera mock-up.
Yeah, there's always a few. I didn't see anything too crazy this year. None that really blew my mind.
Yeah.
I think it's become almost a little bit of it's like you just throw it to the social media team of the company and say, oh, we better do a post, just come up with something. Whereas it kind of used to be a bit more, I don't know, like the people that did it really threw something crazy out there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, this probably won't make sense to many people.
One.
Oh, which one?
The
moon.
When his team did the moon one.
The moon one, yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Flow, the mountain bike publication that I shoot for. I'm pretty sure it was them. They said they had one that they posted one year. So with mountain bikes, there's always this, similar to cameras, I'm sure. There's a trade-off between you want wider handlebars for better control, but narrower handlebars to get through trees quicker without hitting trees. So there's always this kind of talk about what width handlebars are you running, and different people have different preferences. So they, on April Fool's, had posted, I'm pretty sure it was them, like extendable handlebars. So you can push them in through the trees and then pop them out when you want more control. And that caused a stir.
I bet.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, that's it for the news. There was nothing really newsworthy. There was some rumors about a new Sony A7R6 specs.
Yeah, was that
he's been
April Fool's?
Specs. No, I don't know. I don't think so.
Let's shall we investigate? Let's do a little live investigation. Let's investigate, because I saw that, because I know Frono's Photo was talking about that, but he was also talking about some other stuff that was April Fool's-y, and I was like, well, I don't know what the deal is. Yeah. Is this an April Fool's rumor? There was talk of it being April Fool's because they said it was 67 megapixels. So, you know, that thing the kids do, 6.7, whatever the hell that means. And
what is that?
Oh, mate, no one knows. The kids all say, oh, you know, you're a fool because you don't know. And then you're like, do you know? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, well, explain it to me. And they say, nah, I don't want to. And you're like, all right, stupid kids. Okay, let's pull this up. But
this came out on the 3rd. Well, this article's the 3rd of April. It wasn't the 1st.
This is the one I've got up on the screen now. Exclusive new 67 megapixel Sony A7R6 coming in May. Well, the interesting thing is I'm sure Frono's Photo put his out with this in it on the 1st of April, his video. And then this article come after that. And I'm like, I don't know. Because they're saying the camera will ship in May, but announcement date still unclear. Might even be April. One more thing. All 3 trusted sources hear about 2 more cameras coming soon after. I'm working on these details right now. Hope to be able to have more details soon. But if confirmed, the next 2 cameras are quite exciting. And then back to the A7R6. I have no other reliable info to share. I got a spec list from an unknown source that I'm going to share here, but please keep in mind, this could be wrong and it's not yet confirmed.
Me. I sent it in.
Exactly. But just for fun, shall we read out the spec list?
Let's have a look at what it's got.
Bionz XR2 with high bandwidth LSI and 67 megapixel XMOR RS stacked CMOS sensor, non-partially stacked. So they're saying it's going to be a fully stacked 67 megapixel sensor, which should make it very, very fast, which is weird because the A9 series is the very, very fast series. And then the A1 the A1 series is their fast and high megapixel series. So why would they put a fast and high megapixel sensor into the A7R, which is just the high megapixel slow line? I don't know. Like 30 frames per second, 14-bit continuous shooting at 67 megapixel. I don't know.
Yeah, it all sounds a bit iffy.
It sounds a little bit like hopefulness. I would be more likely to believe if they said it's going to be an 80 megapixel sensor, but still kind of slow for this line. Yeah. That would make more sense to me. Like, we want to stay ahead of the game. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Philip Johnson says supposedly Sony has registered it, believe it or not. Yeah, I mean, it's probably very likely something is coming. I just don't know whether it could have these specs. Bruce Moyle says the R is also their biggest dynamic range camera. And this says it will have 16 stops of dynamic range in mechanical shutter via DCG HDR. Also 10K oversampling, 8K 30p full frame, 6.4K oversampling, something. Lots of video specs.
And a 9.44 million OLED EVF.
Which, if anyone doesn't know what that means, that's at the level of the flagship Fujifilm GFX and the Canon R1. And I don't know if any of Sony's, maybe Sony's A1 Mark II has... might have something at that level, but that's a very high level viewfinder.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it's going to be pricey if that's what it is.
Yeah. Rick Nelson is onto it. He knows one fact. Whenever it comes out, it will be called the A7R6. Yes, I would put money on that.
Yep. Good call, Rick.
Money on that. Good call. You should have a rumors site.
Yeah.
The
podcast.
The next camera after the Canon R5 Mark II will be the R5 Mark III. The rest is unknown. There wasn't much else in the news. The DJI Osmo Pocket 4 has been released in China, but nowhere else yet, which is interesting. It's actually for sale in China, but nowhere else. What else? I think GoPro's teasing a new camera, like ramping up for a new GoPro Hero with a new generation processor. They've already said the processor is coming, the GP3, but they haven't released the actual camera. What else?
Do you reckon that they aren't releasing the new DJI outside of China because of what's going on with shipping and cost of fuel to ship stuff because of the war? Do you reckon they've sort of held off on that? Or do you think it was a planned strategy to like, let's just do this in this region and see how it sticks?
I don't know. It's a great question. Maybe like stock was taking longer to get stock made, so they decided to launch it in China first. You know, like as stock arrives, they could build it up for the rest of the world. Yeah, it could have been
something in there.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if they have different stock for different regions in terms of like different packaging. They would, wouldn't they? They would have different languages on the. I'm not sure. But if they do, maybe
probably.
they ran out. They might have ran out of Pocket 3s in China before they've run them out in other. You know, they're still selling through Pocket 3s in other parts of the world, so they don't want to release the 4 when the 3 is still there. But our senior correspondent from the camera industry, Rick Nelson, says no. DJI launches in China first, and since we have internet, we need only watch China to see what's coming from them. Yeah, but why? Why first in China? Is it just test market, maybe test market for price or something like that? Or I don't know. It's interesting. Instead of doing a worldwide launch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything else in the news.
No, it's pretty quiet. And I think people, you know, not just here in Australia, but obviously in other countries where Easter is recognised, at least the public holidays are, it's just probably not a good time to release product. You know, people are away, people are doing other things. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
there was this final one. I saw this. I didn't actually read much about it. Typhok announced. How do you pronounce it? Typhok? Typhok.
Yeah, I say Typhok.
Okay. Announced an AI camera, and it might not be a joke. Blah blah blah. Mixed in with the goofy, funny product jokes like ISO 0 film and a helium-filled camera backpack that weighs nothing. This camera idea seems like it might not be a joke at all. Okay. I don't know. It says AI integrated global shutter APS-C sensor 16-bit RAW available in 3 finishes, including transparent.
That's got to be a joke, surely.
I don't know.
Wouldn't look like that at all. There'd be circuit boards everywhere.
I guess so. 32mm f2.8. Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't look real.
Well, it could just be, it says styles are generated based on a, I don't know. Anyway, Petapixel. I trust their reportage, so it might not be a joke, but it also might be.
We'll keep an eye on it.
We'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, we'll let you know. We will. In other news, I've always wanted to say that. In other news, we put a bunch of people into a giant petrol-filled rocket and shot them into space, and they took cameras.
They actually took cameras.
They did.
Let's go to our next segment, which I've titled "Photography is Back." I've been so excited to see the photos getting beamed down from the allegedly astronauts in their alleged shuttle or the soundstage, depending on what you think is happening. I've been legitimately excited to see the images taken by the astronauts aboard the Artemis 2 moon mission. Yep. I think it's really cool. It feels like photography is having a peak moment as part of this huge big mission because people are actually keen to see the images that are coming, not just endless, clips and videos and all sorts of stuff. It's like one photo will come back, and all the news channels are like publications are putting this one photo out and showing the world. I just reckon that's really cool.
It's getting a lot of attention, which is great because, like I said earlier, there's a lot of dark shit going on in the world right now. But yeah, I've been looking through clips and images all day of, people setting up at the launch site and getting special permission to put their cameras, like specially encased cameras, closer and closer and closer to the launch pad. And just seeing some of the images, more video than anything, but some of the stuff that's coming out is just absolutely beautiful. And in fact, Netflix, I believe, is going to live stream the flyby of the back of the moon.
Are they?
From Artemis, yeah.
Really?
Apparently. Yep.
Well, they have been, like, NASA's running a live stream constantly, which is really cool. But wow, so they're going to put it on Netflix.
Yeah, apparently I've been seeing ads for it all day.
Crazy.
I mean, it's great. It's huge. It's the first time we put people in a rocket to actually go do something scientific-y rather than just tourism, billionaire tourism. And this is a big step, and it's interesting because we didn't grow up with the whole, Apollo era. I grew up in sort of the space shuttle era. You were probably too young for space shuttle.
When I was in school, it was a big thing, like we'd have space shuttle toys and things like that, but it was kind of coming to the conclusion of it. But it was still a big thing as a kid because it was like that was the peak technology, I guess, at that point. But then it kind of just wound down.
Yeah, it did. It did. But this is pretty cool.
It is. We'll look at some of the images. Dennis Smith says they have a D5 on board, a Nikon D5. That's correct. And I got some extra information from David Mascaro from San Francisco that says a friend has sent this to me because he knows I'm a Nikonian. And his wife is a NASA writer, smart couple. Basically, he sent this section here that says NASA selected the Nikon D5 as a primary camera for Artemis 2 because it is a proven, reliable, and flight qualified DSLR designed to handle intense radiation, high contrast lighting, and extreme thermal constraints of deep space, making it safer for critical missions than newer, untested technology. And I actually had a Nikon D5, and it's one of my favorite cameras that I've owned. It took beautiful images, not at all like a potato, as Dennis is suggesting. He reckons they have a GFX tucked away for the real shots. I think it's a really cool camera. But it is interesting that they're not using the peak technology in photography. They're using something that's a little bit older. It's probably been through their processes a while ago, and it was like, hey, we don't need to redo all this just to have the latest and greatest camera. We just want something that's rock solid, reliable, tested, proven. But this Petapixel article, just all Petapixel tonight, says a Nikon Z9 made it aboard the Artemis moon mission at the last minute, which I think is interesting. It was always planned to bring just the Nikon D5, but last minute requests by the crew helped get a Z9 aboard before it launched into space. So I'm really interested. It says Commander Reed Wiseman, who's been taking a lot of the shots that we'll pull up in a second, ahead of yesterday's launch, successfully fought to have a single Nikon Z9 added to Artemis 2's manifest. That's the camera they'll be using. The crew will be using on Artemis 3 Plus, so we're fighting really hard to get it on the vehicle to test out in a high radiation environment in deep space. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So they're already planning ahead for the future missions by taking it up to test. The Nikon D5 is great in low light and great for optical viewing of the lunar surface with our long lens. So what lens did you say you saw somewhere that they'd taken a longer lens?
Yeah, I read somewhere they were taking a 100 to 400, but that might have just been an Instagram post by a noob.
We'll see if we can find it, but because there's not a lot of Where are we? Let me bring up the photos that I found. So this is the this is on the NASA .gov website and the gallery Journey to the Moon, and there's a ton of images. It looks like you can even download and image credit NASA. But there you can see the moon through a window.
Yeah,
which is pretty crazy.
Here we go. According to, where's this from? Anyway, with the D5, they're taking a 14 to 24 and a 80 to 400.
Wow. Yeah, I guess the 80 to 400s for stuff like this.
Yep.
Bruce Moyle says, why bother when you can write a prompt? Would have saved a heap of money.
Probably would have, Bruce. Excuse me.
Yeah, and I guess, I mean, I don't know what this would have been taken with. I'm not 100% sure if it's, but yeah, if that was the 14 to 24, but it could also be an iPhone. No idea.
Yeah.
What's he got in his hand there?
An iPhone.
An iPhone.
I think he's photographing them, isn't he? Yeah.
That's probably what they're filming with. I mean, it might not be an iPhone. It could be something. Yeah. But yeah, how cool are some of these shots?
Yeah.
So awesome. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I was seeing this. I think some of the ones that I saw, my brother-in-law showed me this one specifically, which is of the capsule. And
hang on, isn't your brother-in-law a conspiracy theorist?
No, he's
someone else in your family.
He's the anti-conspiracy theorist. He's the one that when I say that the original moon landing was fake, he's like has tons of evidence to bring up that it could definitely not have been faked, and it's great fun. It's really fun. He's a pilot, not a 11 Barrett pilot. He's like a Cessna for fun pilot.
Yep. So he knows that the Earth isn't flat.
He believes it's not flat. See how easy it is? Whenever he mentions anything, I just say allegedly, and he's like, it's anyway. Yeah, I love these images, and I love that they're getting published all over the world, and people are stopping and sharing them with each other, and it's captured a bunch of the world's attention. And the one that was, I think there was this one, someone had published the exposure details of, I think it was a 1/6 of a second at quite a high ISO, and it's very dark, but it's actually the dark side of Earth. Yeah. And yeah, that brought a lot of speculation. People saying, how could that possibly be those exposure settings? It doesn't make any sense. But if it's the dark side of Earth, it does make sense. It's pretty noisy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still.
Bruce Moore says, let's not play with the F-heads that believe that nonsense. They'll think you are not joking. Yeah, I'm not joking.
Yeah. I've been to his house. It's like, when you go on the door and people hang their coats, Justin hangs his tinfoil hat. And Elaine's got it too. Yeah.
On my tinfoil hat rack. Yeah, I love these shots, but they are very noisy. You wouldn't know what they're all taken of. All right, what else we got? Rick Nelson says, can you imagine being the one deciding the lenses to bring? Yes. Yes, I can. And it would occupy my brain for almost every moment leading up to the mission.
Yeah. Because they have pretty serious weight restrictions and size restrictions and the sort of materials you can take, and personal effects is like this box. They can each take personal effects, but it's like a box the size that a MacBook Pro comes in. That's it. It's just that sort of flat box. That's it, full of personal stuff. So everything has to be accounted for.
Dennis says, it has to be said, being a video guy, the live footage of the launch on the NASA feed was literally comical. I haven't actually watched that yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of it.
I've seen a heap of images.
Someone did
interesting.
did a close up of, not close. They obviously used a big zoom, but there was a video of, and it was basically just focusing on the bottom like quarter of the rocket, as all of you could see the liquid
Yes.
coming out and becoming flame, and
Yeah.
oh,
Let
that
me
was
try
just
and
phenomenal, slow motion kind of shot.
let me try and find it. I found that was an amazing
Yeah, I watched that
photo.
about 20 times.
Oh, sorry, that you talking about a video. There was a photo of that sort of same thing, and it was just here we go. Also on Petapixel, I do pay them for a subscription to bring all this stuff up, so it's not much. I think it's like $3 a year, but we try and support how we can, because I think they do good news, and if you pay them, there's no ads, which is nice. This shot from photographer Stephen Maddow, I really liked that shot.
That one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Yeah. I think he said he had to, this photographer had to set his cameras up 4 days in advance. And he also couldn't, this is him here at the launch site. They get one tripod each so they can put multiple cameras on one tripod, but I don't think they can have multiple tripods. Because obviously there'd be a million photographers trying to get credentials and stuff to do this.
Yeah.
And they obviously have a very limited amount of people they'll let do it. But he has to do it in advance, and he needs to have it set up so that it could happen at any time of day, because the launches get delayed.
Yeah.
And he can't just come in and change his exposure setting or whatever. It's got to be.
But
all
how
set
is he
up and ready
powering
to
them?
go. I think they've all got like battery packs and all sorts of stuff, and then they've got
Probably
this
remote.
crazy trigger that works on sound. So at a certain decibel level, it just starts firing.
Wow.
It's quite amazing. I'd love to see a behind the scenes or something. But yeah, this article, if you go to Petapixel, how a photographer captured the Artemis 2 launch with 14 cameras, it's got a great write up of how it was done.
Yeah.
This Steve Maddow has been doing it for a very, very long time. And it says here the people were bussed to the site last Sunday to set up their cameras. They had plenty of time to dial everything in, but some launches only give photographers 10 to 15 minutes to set their gear up, and then they got to leave again, which that would be quite stressful. And here's a shot of his setup, 2 cameras on one tripod in these special housings. So, it's got his name on it and a cool little sticker.
How would you where do you get these things? Like, I guess if you do this all the time, you'd have them made, I imagine. I don't think, could you buy these sort of cases?
The cases, special remote camera cases made by Camtraptions and are triggered by sound. Yeah, quite amazing. But yeah, this shot, this was the one that captured my attention so much. It's just so much power.
Yeah. Because the clarity of the images now compared to, like we were talking about earlier, the space shuttle launches, the amount of detail we're getting now is just insane. We've never seen it this detailed before.
Yeah, completely different.
Yeah.
Completely
and it's exciting.
Different.
It's fun. It's, people are looking up again. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit wondrous, it's anything could happen. I was looking at these things in that shot, and I asked my brother-in-law about these cable car things, and he said he thinks they would be for people to evacuate if something was going wrong.
They are. They're like they start at the top, and then so that they technically can get out quickly into the cage, and the cage just shoots them down to the ground, like quite a distance away. There was another shot where they were sort of hanging off the edge. That's it there. See them there? Yeah, so they're going lower again. So I think they gradually, once the launch happens and there's no escape, I think they get out of the way, kind of thing.
Yes, as in, because at that point there's no evacuating anyway. So they've got to move them away so they probably don't blast them apart or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing photography all around from the crew and all the. Yeah, look at this. Just look at that. Looks like an explosion. Kind of is, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
So amazing. Yeah, wow. Anyway, I'm digging it. It's been a fun week for photography.
Yep.
Let's
I
see what the
agree.
chat has to say. Because Yelena says, good to see so many names in the chat. I've been on Lucky's live feed. Less of us over there. Yeah, sorry again. Sorry again about the mix-up. I'm glad we got it sorted. I'll have to re-upload the show tomorrow somehow.
Yep.
What else is being said here?
Bruce just said, nice to have a happy rocket for once in the news.
Exactly. A rocket for just completely fun, not nefarious at all.
Yep.
This is a good one. Seymour Bush says, no crater camera than a Nikon.
Oh my
I see
God.
what you did there. I see what you did there.
I bet he's been working on that all week.
That's right. Philip Johnson says, who left the SD cards at home? That would be, yeah. Imagine if they forgot the memory card, the battery charger.
Yep.
David Skinner says, so the photo of the dark side of the Earth, where has the light come from? Reflected off the moon is my guess. As in just a little bit of light on the backside of the Earth?
No, because you can make out like a swirl, like it's not just black.
Yeah, so, or off the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe a space person could tell us, but I'm guessing potentially off either off the moon or off the, but also, off the moon would make sense because they're heading towards the moon. That would be exactly the angle it would need to act as a reflector.
Yep.
Makes sense.
It does. Yeah.
It's
like when you go skinny dipping in the moonlight.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever done that.
Sure you haven't. Dennis says the memes are great. I'll have to look some of them up. They literally cut away from every key moment and missed all the key moments. There's a huge montage up now of the good stuff. I'll have to check that out.
God.
That sounds funny.
Yeah.
Paul says, I watched the live launch and NASA cut to an elderly couple videoing the launch on their phones and ended up missing the main booster separation. Oh, no.
That's terrible.
Oh, no. That's not good. Apparently, there's a photographer a while back that has camera melted in a launch. I don't doubt that.
I saw that one. That was, what was that? That might have been like a SpaceX.
Yeah, maybe.
Big launches. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear some of the rocket images. That's like you can just imagine that.
Yeah.
What else? I think that's about it. Rick Nelson, allegedly a happy rocket.
Yeah, for now.
And finally, John Pickett says they use Nikons because they're disposable.
Indeed.
Cool. All right. Should we look at some images?
Let's look at some more images, but this time, let's look at the people's images.
People's images.
The people.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened to the backgrounds? Did you take it off?
Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
Oh, okay. There it
This
is.
show's cursed. I give up. Imagine if someone tried to call in now, what would happen? No chance. Oops. There we go. See, that's not even working. All right. Let me.
Where do you want to start?
Actually, well, if you can read them out, because I've got a lot going on tonight. If you can read them out, I will. I'll pull them up. So if you tell me the name and then start reading, and I'll get it. I'll make it happen.
All right. Do you want to do mine first or mine last?
Sure. We can do yours first. Hey, do you have a favorite? Remember, we're trying to.
Yeah.
Are we exempt? Are we exempt from the rules?
No, I do have a
think we are
favourite.
exempt.
Let's bring up the photo of Lisa Leach.
Oh,
The photo I took of Lisa Leach.
I might have to. No, that's not going to work. All right, bear with
It
me.
is 2330.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Come on. Computer's just been a bit slow.
And just an update from John Pickett, 529 images to edit from the culling.
Good job.
Yep, nice.
That's a good amount. That's right in that range of like less than 10%. Yeah, that's good.
Yep. So just a little bit of context behind this. Last weekend, last Saturday, I caught up with my fellow published author, Lisa Leach, for a little city stroll with cameras. And so we did a bit of a street walk, and I gave her some tips and tricks on what street photographers get up to, and what to look for and how to compose, those sorts of things. And we're in ACDC Lane at the back half of it, and there was just beautiful light all day. And there was a shaft of light coming in. It was reflected off another building into this corner. And I got Lisa to stand there, and I took some photos of her.
Awesome.
And it's a good photo of her.
I love it. Good light on the face, but a background that almost, like, I don't know, not blends in, but like with her scarf, it sort of not blends in. Don't know what I'm trying to say. Like it almost mirrors it in some spots.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's cool. But the face is clearly the focal point, is the brightest part of the image. It's clean. It's framed well. Well done.
Yep. Thanks.
Did you have to edit it much, or was that the light that was kind of there? That natural.
That was the light that was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just dropped my my version of Acros onto it. I think I cropped it a little. But yeah, we had a good day. A good couple of hours. We went and had a bite to eat, and it was a really lovely time hanging out. Can I sneak in one more?
Yeah, okay. You sneak in one more, and then I'll sneak in one if it's not the one I'm thinking. Which one?
The first one, which is 7425. No, not that one.
Oh,
Is that 7425?
No, but it's the first one in my order of where.
Oh, okay.
7425. Whoops, hang on. I'm really having trouble here. That one?
Yep.
Yeah.
So this was Friday night, I think, or maybe Thursday night. I can't remember now. Just went back down to skate park, Prahran skate park, and there was about 3 or 4 people using the half pipe. And I think they kind of got into it once they saw that I was taking photos. It felt like the energy level lifted a bit. But I had so much fun taking these shots. Like it's such a challenge. I'm using a 23mm APS-C, so 35mm prime. And yeah, I'm just loving this style of work that I'm putting out. So I'm very happy with it. And I love just sort of framing that to emphasize just, I'm calling this series Flight. And I love framing it to emphasize that they are literally, defying gravity.
Mm.
On a piece of plywood with some tiny wheels, like it's just bananas.
Good question by Bruce. Did they land or not?
Sometimes.
It's actually an interesting thing, Greg, which it's not relevant for your particular series, but when it comes to skateboarding itself, you'd never publish the picture if they didn't land the trick.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It was a unwritten rule of the world. I don't know. Of the skate world. You don't, if you didn't land the trick, the stairs they were going at, something like that, you didn't publish that picture, especially not in a magazine or something like that. Like to get the cover of the magazine, they had to have stomped the trick.
Wow.
But that's different because that's sort of for the purpose of documenting the sport. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas I'm not doing that. I'm kind of, I guess I'm documenting a human achievement.
The lifestyle. The
lifestyle, the community, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we sneak in one more?
Yeah. Which one? Well, do you want me to tell you which one I was going to sneak in?
Yeah.
Or is it related to this photo?
It's 7422. Black and white.
Ah, yeah. I'm on it. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I really love capturing the hand actions, even when they're just skating around the park. The people they have this funny way of, well, not funny. I guess how they're holding their hands is probably the last thing they're thinking of, but they all seem to have these immaculate hand poses that are just really unique to the sport.
It's a component of what we call stees.
Who's we?
What's we?
What's we?
People that do these kind of sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll notice, and you'll probably get to notice it too, right? There'll be some riders that they have this thing called stees, some skaters in all sorts of sports like this. And you'll get to know when you watch them, if you watch these guys for long enough, you'll be like, wow, that guy's got something special. It's the way that their body flows, the way that their limbs bend, how smooth they are. Their legs will almost look like jelly while where they're skating, and then tricks just seem to happen effortlessly, and they bend in ways that other people don't bend. And it is the way that they place their hand in that trick. Instead of being flailing, it's placed, it's delicate. In the middle of a giant sort of something that's quite dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So you're honing in on that.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to capture that, as much as possible.
I love it. And so does everyone in the chat. Look at this. John Pickett. They're awesome. Thanks, impressive. Nice shots. 6 skate pick. Absolutely sending it. Nice shot. That's the one. And that is the one. Having the second character in this one really does make it something different. And it tells, I think, a much bigger story than
I
the
think
one
so too.
that's solo.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, guys. That's
now,
me.
this is purely based on a thumbnail-sized picture that I can squint and see on my other screen. But I wanted to see what this one is. I don't know why. There was a lot of lines and a lot of darkness and light, and I was quite curious. It was drawing my eye in.
That's Anzac Station. So I went into Anzac Station from the Anzac tram stop and went under St Kilda Road and then came up. Next, there's like a park there. And that's the elevators and the stairway that goes up to that sort of sub outlet towards the park. And I just love the lines and the way that the couple on the escalator are caught in the light.
Yeah, it's a great composition.
I'm kind of trying to like squish in the frame almost with darkness and lines and work in progress.
Yeah, it draws your eye straight to the subjects, but with a lot of different angled lines, but they all leading into a similar place.
Yeah,
I found it interesting.
Thanks, boss.
Cool. Who have we got up first or next?
Well, let's see what Felicity Johnson has managed to pull off this week.
Yeah, I've given Felicity a pass. These were from a few weeks ago, leading up into the toy. She's actually sent in 3 images, and I couldn't choose one because it felt like it was too hard, and she didn't realize that it was just one. So anyway, here we are.
All right. Which one's this?
After the fire.
What fire? There's no mention of a fire here. Oh, here it is. Mount Hotham, taken the day before BFOP, showing the layers of burnt snow gums, shot with the Nikon Z8 and a 24-70. This one here is obviously a drone shot, Kerrang Saltworks, which is a favorite haunt of Felicity's. I see a lot of her work from there. DJI Mini 4 Pro.
And finally.
And the last one is a robber fly. Taken in my veggie garden, veggie patch, with a Nikon Z8 and a 105 macro and a Cygnus Tech diffuser. Holy God, that's amazing.
Yeah, these ones are always crazy when you can just zoom in
that
so
105
far.
Is magic.
Yeah.
Like, that's just jaw dropping, isn't it? It feels alien.
It does feel alien.
Yeah. Speaking of conspiracies, I've got a very, very quick conspiracy. I think that spiders and octopus are alien species. I'm not saying that they're here.
Two?
I mean that they arrived a long time ago, but they're not of Earth. Well, who needs 8 legs and 8 eyes? No other creature has it. So I kind of feel like it's come from somewhere else. There was no reason for spiders to have 8 legs and 8 eyes. Same with octopus.
To eat flies. Octopus I could get on board with. That is, that is a creepy sort of one. There's a lot of speculation about them being aliens.
I'm here for it.
Great shots as always, Felicity. Love the colors. I really want to get my drone up to some of these spots that she goes to. I need to Felicity needs to start running workshops that I can go on.
Well,
Just
she's not far
take
from
me
you.
up to these. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It'd be easy. Yeah,
Just
take
get
me
it
up
to
to
drop by the house and just keep ringing the doorbell and that old doorbell of yours until you come out with your camera.
dunk dunk. Yeah, our old doorbell's pretty funny. Yeah, and everyone's keen. Great shots, Felicity. But yes, we're trying to move to the one photo per person, or a little series if it's a particular series you've worked on, or an A and B, black and white or color, or here's the raw, here's the edit, or something like that. That's what we're trying to move towards. Who we got up next?
We've got Crackers, Greg Carrick.
Oh yeah, I know the one.
Yo, dudes, I took this back in about 1974 with an Instamatic, probably. This is one of my teachers back in the Pines, Frankston North. I had a range of teachers that were gay, lesbian, anti-establishment, hippie, alternative. In fact, I can't really think of one that was a WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant type. We all thought this was normal because at the time and place it was. Anyway, this explains why I shoot Fujifilm. How does this explain that?
I don't know at all. When I saw that come through, I was like, that's funny, but I don't know why.
Wow.
But it's cool.
What's that?
Yeah.
That's 30, that's 52 years ago, Crackers.
I was just waiting for the end part where he said added extra grain in Snapseed. Because that's what he usually says for all of his other shots that look old. This one actually doesn't have as much grain as what he would normally put on.
Hey, Greg, did you go to a Montessori school? Is that why it was so alternative? Curious to know.
Hello, Samuel Markham. Good to see you. He says,
Hey,
hope you're both doing well. Really enjoying the show. Well, I'm glad you found it because we almost just had it on the wrong channel tonight.
Yeah.
But we got there.
We did.
Awesome. Who you got up next?
John Latimer.
Yes.
Hey, guys. Happy Easter. Hope everyone had a great and safe weekend. And we did. And we hope you do too. I thought I'd share in my other toy photos I took from last week. Feel free. You don't have to share them being a public holiday and long weekend. These are some of my other miniature paintings and the behind the scenes in painting them and photos, etc. Shot with a Sony A7R III with a Sony 100 macro, Godox 863 light, and various board games as the background again. Love the show and happy Easter. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, thanks for sending all these in, John. This is a cool series with multiple like before and afters, behind the scenes of the shots, but also these shots of the process of actually painting them, which I think is the painting part is mind blowing to me. Yeah. I don't even know. Like, do you know what you're going to do, or do you just have to figure it out as you go?
Well, my youngest Brendan, who's 15, for his birthday, got some money, or was it for Christmas? And he went to the shop where they make these, or they sell these figurines, and you can buy all sorts of stuff to do with that. And they hold classes in there to teach people how to paint them, and you know, where they fit into the gameplay and that sort of stuff. And when Brendan went, I think like he went the first 3 sessions, he was able just to paint his own figure for free. And then they had like a starter kit, and then eventually you graduate up the kits as your work gets more and more complex.
Right.
It was really cool, like really clever business idea, because you're kind of, you know, you're introducing people and giving them some good vibes, so they'll come back and buy product. Warhammer Gamers Workshop, thank you, Brucey. But yeah, I mean, but this is just, you know, this is next level.
Yeah, I love the idea of though having the skills as a photographer for the photo to be almost like part of the final form of this creation. You know, like, because it's one thing to paint it and then have it sitting in your shelf or whatever in your display cabinet, but then to create this, you know, sort of scene using the board game as a final finished image is really cool. Yeah, I think it's super fun. Well done. Yeah. You've got a lot more patience, and your hands obviously don't shake as much as mine do. Yeah, I agree. Dennis says these are bloody stunning shots. I agree.
Amazing.
Thanks for
They've just
sending
got
me.
character, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
very
be
cool.
we'll be uploading some of the toy photos from last week as clips. Yelena's worked on some clips of each of a lot of the submissions, so we'll start uploading those as shorter clips. You guys will be able to check out. So if you missed the episode, you can either go back watch the whole episode last week. There's chapters and stuff, or we'll start putting some clips up, which I think will be fun.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Next up, Philip Thompson.
Where is he? Here we go.
Hmm?
This was another one where I might have had to choose and I didn't want to.
Yeah, okay. If you have attached 3 possibilities, you decide whether or not to show any or all. All were taken at Torquay on a couple of different mornings this year. The first one was taken from the car park at Point Danger. Is that this one?
I think so, based on the other ones. Yep.
Okay. The first shot taken from the car park, and I titled it Day Meets Night, Pentax K1000 Mark II. Oh, no, sorry, K1 Mark II with 15 to 30, 5 seconds, 2.8 ISO 3200. They're the color. That's just bananas.
Yeah, getting the stars in the top of the frame, the top right especially, and then that sort of sun, that light poking through. It's beautiful.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Just starting to light up the that little peninsula or whatever that is on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful colors. It's so vibrant.
Yeah. There's a lot of joy in Philip's photos. You know,
Phil.
there's a lot of color. Yeah, Phil, sorry. A lot of color and, you know, and sort of a dynamic range that it's just so compelling. I love it, especially when he does his Aurora shots.
Yeah. Just that's actually a great moment to bring this up, that this podcast is getting so big that we have a Phil Thompson and a Philip Johnson. And
Who did I say? Did I get it wrong?
No, you got it right. But you said Philip though, which throws me off because I always have Phil as Phil Thompson and Philip as Philip Johnson. Because it's amazing. We're getting so big that I have to concentrate on which Philip or Phil we're bringing up. I love it. So there was a couple of other shots there. Do you want me to bring them all up?
Yeah, let's just go through them quickly. Second was Torquay Front Beach. Gosh, I used to spend so much time down there with friends. Oh my God, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Torquay Front Beach from last Wednesday morning. Pentax K1 Mark II, 15 to 30, 1/10 of a second, F11, 800 ISO.
And finally, the colors are just, I don't know if there must be something with these Pentax cameras. Either that or Phil must be good at what he does.
Maybe.
Probably more likely that, I think.
Could be a bit of both. A lot of people go for these cameras for a good reason.
Could be a bit of both. Yeah, beautiful images. Wonderful line here too with the contours in the sand.
Yeah.
The sun just making the shadows on the contours in the sand.
Yeah.
Beautiful shots.
Very cool. Well done, Phil.
Mm.
All right, up next.
Yeah, who got it?
David Mascaro. I'll start reading because it's quite a bit. Hi, guys. So here's another San Francisco street photo I took maybe a year ago. The interesting story behind it was that I submitted to 2 photography Facebook pages, one called Magnum, don't know if I've heard of that, photos, and the other Street Photography Cartier-Bresson inspired. Both show some very talented photographers' work. This image got over 300 responses and about 25 to 30 comments on both pages. Sounds promising. That I took a photo that invoked so many people, right? 99% of the comments, though, were negative and insulting comments about Greta.
Oh,
because she's in the background. These were all men. Of course they were. And this was all they could come up with, which was ripping on a teenager. Needless to say, I was kind of bummed because I was looking for some real criticism on the photo, good or bad. Anyway, guys, have a great show and see you Wednesday. Yeah. I think it's a stunning photo.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you think of the photo itself? You know what's interesting? I can see it now. I didn't really realize that was Greta Thunberg anyway. that hadn't come into my mind when I saw this shot.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a really interesting perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was street art, but yeah, it is her.
Yeah, I just thought it was street art and a really interesting perspective on the shot with this kind of almost, I don't know what it actually made me feel a little uneasy, like someone's overlooking you during everyday life, and
it's quite imposing.
Yeah, and because it's not a sort of a smiling face, it's a little bit imposing. That was the feeling it gave me. There was tension in the photo, which I liked. I was like, oh, there's something here.
Because up there, she's really saying, is that a plastic straw?
Yeah, don't you litter. I'm watching you.
How dare you? Yeah,
no. Hey, see, now you're one of the guys in his comment. No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm not. I'm being doofus.
We're being silly. I really like the shot, and I think it's I think whether it says more to someone knowing that that's Greta wasn't something that popped into my head or I really care. I prefer it. I would prefer it if it was just a face, not a character.
Yes. Yeah. But given that we now know who it is, and Greta's known for casting judgment on stuff that's destroying the planet and behavior and all that sort of stuff. It is interesting that she's looking down on this figure crossing the road, almost in judgment.
Well, it would be interesting if that figure was, but that is a child too. And it was always her kind of, I guess, one of her earlier sort of big, when she was quite prominent earlier on, was sort of like, you're ruining the earth for us children who have to inherit it, basically. So the fact that there is a child in the shot is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, it's made us stop and talk about
exactly.
This is a piece of art, and that in itself is, priceless. So well done.
And as Bruce has said here, if people are hating it because of the content, that means you're doing something interesting. And I echo Bruce here too. I love the composition. The elements, the dark trees balancing out Greta's face, and then the lines of the building sort of, it's all well executed and really cool.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil, Bruce sent one in.
Yes.
Bruce Moyle. Life has been busy and quite stressful. We're sorry to hear that. If you need to talk, you know where we are. And the topics I'm documenting are sometimes quite traumatic. So I haven't been shooting for myself much. A few weeks ago, after finishing a 15-hour day, I took a detour walking to my car via a new street festival in our city. It was all about street painting, which was awesome. With absolutely no agenda, I photographed the art, the people, and the concert. I have some great images from the 45 minutes I took out of the day, but I'm now thinking I have a new subject to explore when I want to laugh. Maybe the first of many frames, maybe I'll forget after this week. Let me present to you the crowd without context. Even if I gave you context in this email, it would be fun to have a gallery of crowds' images that don't show what they are watching. It makes me laugh at its stupidity. This was shot on an A7R5 with a 51.4 GM, 1/6 of a second, 1.4, 64 ISO.
I reckon that's an awesome idea for a series. A series of crowds with no context of where they are would be so cool. It invites the viewer in to think, what are they watching? What are they looking at? What's happening? And try and judge it based on the clothes or the whatever you can see, their clues as to what's happening in this scene. I like it.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice shot. Cool. Really nice shot. It just my eye is just going around and deep and out and
as someone I've done a lot of I've done a lot of drag shutter stuff on dance floors at weddings and things like that, and I'm really impressed with what you've been able to do, because when I do it I cheat. I use flash. You get up close to a subject with flash. The flash freezes a subject, and then the motion in the camera allows you to do the sort of the background blur and swirl and whatever you want to do with the camera movement. Somehow Bruce has been able to do that while keeping the subject sharp with no flash, which is quite amazing.
Yeah.
So Really well executed. And David Skinner says the focal point woman looks a bit like Kitty Flanagan.
Which one? I'm going to see Kitty Flanagan on Wednesday night.
What a
Not
bizarre
not
coincidence.
privately. I mean, in a theatre.
at a theatre. Bruce might have some practice with the blurry stuff. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. Maybe you might have mastered
dabbled.
it. Just dabbled. Yeah, really cool. Okay.
This time it is Philip Johnson.
Okay. Right, here we are.
I haven't missed anyone, have I? No.
No, I do have some settings here too.
Okay, cool. So from Philip, the attached image was captured in the Megalong Valley in spring. And as you can see by the clouds, a storm was developing in the distance. Oh, yeah. The subject was the coloured vines and the Dry Ridge Winery in the Megalong Valley. Megalong. That feels like a weird word. Sorry. In the Blue Mountains. The capture was shot at a distance as 5 segmented panoramics.
Oh.
And then stitched together. Captured on the A7 IV 7200 2.8 Mark II and processed using Photoshop and Topaz Photo. That's a gorgeous frame.
Yeah, and what a beautiful property.
Yeah.
Those clouds are what make that shot.
Yeah, but also the lines leading up, kind of up to the clouds, like it draws you up into the tree line and then you see the clouds behind.
Yeah, what a wonderful location.
Yeah, great shot, Philip. Amazing.
The dark foreground too, I only just realized. I don't know whether that's been done or if that's just the nature of the that sort of the edge of the property might fall away after that fence line or something like that. But it kind of frames, it gives you these layers.
Yeah, it does. He says good wine too.
Good wine. Well, that's awesome.
When in Rome. When in Rome. Yeah.
All right, let me bring this back over here.
One to go. And we're almost on time.
Righto. Who's our last one?
Rick Nelson.
Oh, and also there's a late edition for Dennis Smith. I've got it here as well. Yeah, he just snuck in.
Yeah, all right. We'll let it through this time, Den. Hope you and the Camera Life family had a great holiday weekend. We did. Thank you. This photo was taken with my TG7 while on the City Cat on last Friday. My wife and I went for a walk at the park and ended up on a chill ride around the city on the ferry to end the evening. What a lovely way to spend the evening. Shot in aperture priority mode, f2, so no zoom at ISO 100. Camera selected a 1/400 shutter speed. The ferry drivers are fast and thought we were going to hit that Kitty Cat ferry, but we didn't. And I found what I think is a nice little composition. Indeed.
Yeah. And look at that, the TG7.
Yeah.
Crushing it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going on a ferry in a couple of weeks.
Are you? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going down to Tassie. I'm spending 2 nights in Hobart and then 2 or 3 in Launceston. So if anyone wants to catch up, let me know and I'll send you the dates. Would love to meet up anyone from our Camera Life family. Wants to catch up for a coffee and maybe a street walk, who knows? But Sash and I are going down. We just did a little bit of a break. So we're going to go to Mona, which is the Museum of New Art, which is up from Hobart, up the river. And you take a ferry from Hobart. I think it's near Battery Point, and then that goes up to the gallery. And so we're going up there and spend a couple of days just eating seafood, and then Sasha's family is all in Launceston, so we'll go to Lonnie for a couple of nights and hang out with them. And so very limited tour, but I will be appearing in 2 cities.
Tickets out now. Limited time.
2 dates. Yeah.
Tour dates. Bruce says, send me the dates. Send him your tour dates.
Will do. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Taking my camera, obviously.
Yeah. I'm keen to see some images. That'll be fun.
Yeah, same.
Street photography in Tassie. Change things up.
I'm just taking just taking the one lens,
The new one?
the 23. Yep.
Yeah. What about
All
a
I'm
camera? Or are
taking.
you just going to take the lens and
No,
just look through
just- it just takes photo. It's so good, it doesn't even need a camera.
it? All right, let's bring up Dan's image, the final one. This one.
Oh, I saw this.
And he says, a wild week, headed to the beach for some mental health maintenance, a warm, stunning night with a great mate. A7R4, 24mm, f11, 60-second exposure.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah. I really need to, like, I've seen Dennis work when we watched him do the portraits, beautiful portraits. But I want to see him, and obviously we've seen him thrashing around in the freezing cold river at Bright, but there was tons of people there, and that was sort of it was almost like performance art, the amount of people that
It
were
was
watching.
but it was very performative on Dennis's behalf as well.
That's what I mean. As in I don't think he didn't have probably as much energy to like finesse an individual image. He was sort of trying to keep making images, keep giving people opportunity to shoot him. I'd really love to watch him work on something like this, where he's just finessing one of these images just in his own, his own time and at his own pace. The way that he does it, be cool.
Yeah.
He said, I maybe took 10 or so in this spot. I was relaxing, calming down a frazzled brain. And Tweak Production says, Dennis, can you walk on water?
I think you can.
Yeah, that's a great question. How else does he get out there? Yeah, it's swirls. How'd you get up this high? I don't even know. Must have some sort of light painting pole or something. Anyway.
It's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Beautiful work, Dan.
Beautiful. Oh, you know what we haven't talked about?
What haven't we talked about? Art Wolf, yes.
Art Wolf's interview.
Yep.
That was cool.
That was very cool. That was a good interview.
He's done some stuff.
Hasn't he?
What a career. And he's still going like full steam ahead, it seems.
What has he published? 120 books?
Yeah.
And he's got 6 in the works right now?
Yeah.
Like, he's keeping the photo book industry alive, like
it's just him. He's the only one putting photo books out.
Like if he can still find content to put in a book after all these years, he must be doing something very right,
Yeah. Really, really interesting. That was such a fun interview to be a part of. And if anyone hasn't had a chance to check it out, please go and have a listen, because it's absolute gold.
Yeah.
And if you haven't checked his work out, I mean, everyone's seen it, I'm sure, but just going through, there's so many images from the 50-year career.
Yeah.
From so many different countries and locations, and even that, what was the one called where he had painted the bodies?
And painted the backdrops by hand.
Yeah, by hand.
Because he also studied fine art and fine art education, or art education, when he did university decades ago, and he still paints.
Yeah.
Just incredible. Like, obviously he has an eye that just sees the scenes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how some people can either paint something or draw something or take a photo, and it just feels perfect right off the bat. He's got that kind of style. Like, it's just, and I'm sure it wasn't always that easy, but
yeah, he just sees it.
Incredible.
And he works hard, and he mentioned it quite a few times. Like, I had a quote written down here, which we didn't even talk about in the interview, but I heard him say somewhere else about photography. It will consume your life if you want to be successful. And that's the thing. Like, it really does sound like he works a lot and has sacrificed what other people might sort of deem as regular life stuff to be able to travel a lot and do the work that he wants to do and achieve what he's been able to achieve. He doesn't.
all those books. He's created 3 different television shows. He's photographed every corner of the globe. He's got a staff of, 3 or 4, with 2 of them having been with him for over 30 years.
Yeah. That's
like, he must be, that's incredible. That's a testament to someone who really looks after the people around them, you know.
Yep.
If only you were a bit more like that. Oh, there it is.
Gosh.
There it is. The late night
Every
dig.
time.
Every time. But yeah, go and watch it, folks. It was it's funny, afterwards Justin and I were talking after Walt sort of left the studio, and we were talking, and we both admitted how nervous we were at the start.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah, if you guys listen back, you'll notice we're a bit starstruck. We're like, Mr. Art Wolf, sir, do you like cameras, sir?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Philip, the human canvas was the book.
That's it. The human canvas.
Thank you, Philip, and thank you, Philip, for recommending art. You know.
Yeah, and look at this. So, Paul says, "Well done, guys, for getting hold of Art. What a coup!" And Bruce Moore says, "Art's a legend. Well done getting an interview." All credit has to go to Greg, because he does all the getting of the interviews. I don't do that at all. I just say, hey, it'd be cool if we could get this person. Then he just figures out how to do that. But also to Art as well for making himself available to do interviews, taking up a couple of hours of his day. Yeah.
To hang out with 2 schmucks.
That's right. When he's a busy man, and we're not, we don't have a huge platform or whatever but he said yes, easily could have said I don't have time, but no. And so many of our guests have just made themselves available, and plus like the regulars that you guys are in the chat now, Bruce and Dennis and Greg Carrick and David Dare Parker's here. We'll get him on the podcast one day.
Eventually. He keeps dodging.
Eventually. He says happy Easter, fellas. Happy Easter, David. Hope you're going well. And Greg just rushed in too. Sorry, chaps, I'm here now. Well, sorry, we were on the wrong channel earlier.
Yeah.
So anyway, great week for the podcast, other than our snafu today. And what do we got coming up this Thursday?
We recovered well. We recovered our composure well.
We did. Is it Sophie Garrity this Thursday?
Sophie Garrity's on this. Sophie is a really interesting photographer. Like we see a lot of people do, she's kind of split her brand across 2 platforms. So she has her commercial stuff where she does corporate events and that sort of thing. And then there's her sort of more family, wedding, newborn, maternity work. And she's got 2 separate websites, a bit like what Jim's done with, the weddings and the boudoir. He's split his brand across 2 different platforms. She's done the same. So it'd be a really interesting conversation to see how she got to the point. Like, was that a conscious decision up front before she got the business rolling, or did that just sort of somehow did something dictate that she really needed to separate them? But yeah, really interesting. And obviously, Sophie was a BFOP instructor last year. She's also an athlete. I'm pretty sure she does long distance running, like Emily Black does.
She absolutely does, yes.
So, lots to talk about with Sophie next week. And, should be good.
And yes, it will be great. Bruce also just said, need Jim to come back on and tell us how his changes went on the business. He has been implementing them, and we're roping him in. He's keen to get back on some podcasts. He's just been flat out, but I think he's got some shoots booked in the next week or 2, and I thought we'll definitely get him back in after those have been done, so we can see how his new price list went and all that sort of stuff. To see whether the changes are helping. I think they are.
Great.
Yeah, I think he was just. Weddings are a different business model, number 1, and 2, just getting that confidence in a new genre to put your prices where they need to be. He needed that push from Richard Grenfell to just to put those prices up.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very
awesome.
Cool. Well, I think that might be a good place. We've gone 10 minutes over our 1.5 hour limit. Well done, Justin. There it is. All right. Just let him have his moment. Right. But thank you to everyone who's joined us tonight. We'll say goodbye to some individual peeps in a moment. But if you're new here, this is the Camera Life podcast. Right now, you are watching the Random Photography Show, which we go live with every Monday evening, 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And then every Thursday morning, we have interviews with amazing photographers, both Australian and international photographers. Wolf, Bruce Moyle, Dennis Smith, and the list goes on. We interview live again, long form interview with photographers to understand what makes them tick, how they got into their craft, what are their passions, and what are they currently working on, and where are they leading to. And that happens every Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. But the best way to find out when the Camera Life podcast is going live is to subscribe. And when you subscribe, if you tickle the bell icon to notify all, you'll get notified in your time zone when we're going live with our next episode of the Camera Life podcast.
Yeah. What Greg said. All that stuff. And what other Greg said, Greg Carrick says, click like. Just
thanks, crackers.
Or, I mean, the biggest thing you could do to help the channel is if you know a photographer that might enjoy the show, tell them to come, tell them to send a photo in and then tell them to watch the show. Or send them your favorite interview episode or something like that. We'd love to grow the community. And I think the best way to do that is through friends of friends and photographers of photographers and spreading the word naturally. So
absolutely. Yeah. Yep. And if you don't have any friends, then just find out what your parents' accounts are and just hack them and just subscribe with their accounts.
Yeah, that works too.
We're not fussy. We just need the numbers. No, it's quality, not quantity.
And Bruce Moyle giving us the assist with the Lucky Straps ad. If you are interested in a leather camera strap to help you carry a camera around while you're out on the streets or on an overseas adventure or, photographing penguins in the Arctic, you can use code Greg for 15% off all of our camera straps at luckystraps.com. They're quick release, anti-theft, cut resistant, leather, comfortable, soft, long enough to go across your body so that they don't hurt your neck, all that good stuff. So check them out. Code Greg. Thanks, Bruce. And with that, shall we roll the music?
We shall.
Tweak Production says, sorry, I come late to the party, but it's always a joy to chill with this awesome crew. Thanks, Tweak.
Hey.
Good to see you. John Pickett, thank you.
Thanks,
David
John.
Skinner. Going ballooning with 50 plus balloons tomorrow. Pics next week. Awesome.
Yes,
Can't wait
please.
to see it. Yes. Send them in. Thanks, Paul. See you Thursday. Thanks, Rick Nelson. Phil Thompson says, thanks for the show once again, guys. Another fine show. Some great photos from everyone. Look forward to Thursday's episode. Thanks, Dennis. Happy Place. Who else? Thanks, Philip Johnson. Good to see you, David Dare Parker. Everybody else that joined us. I don't know. There was tons of you here tonight. Glad you found the channel eventually. And I promise I won't muck it up next week. Anyway. Catch you in the next one.
Thanks, everybody. See you next